Yeah. So, hello everyone. Good evening to everyone, whoever is joining us. Please join us as soon as possible. So we will take 1 or 2 minutes wait for the people on the live Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us. And this is, I think, the most quick live we are going with, because the news is such that we have to break the news. And we are very excited to talk about this. So in the morning, we have updated you about that 40 persons with disability, but not it's 43, right, Deepak sir? So 43 persons with disability, we have to just correct it because the update is continuous. 43 persons with disability have contested the election in Tamil Nadu local governance body, and 8 out of them till now have been actually won the election. So they have won the election, and we are happy to welcome the person who is, we would say, who has been actually in the foundation and who shared the journey with all of them, because he was the pioneer person who was fighting for this initiative, this journey. And we are doing this live for 2-3 basic reasons. First reason is that obviously the journey has been remarkable and we have to celebrate it amazingly. But second is, now is actually the time that we have to think seriously about the inclusive political governance, the participation of everyone into the political scenarios. And third basic reason is that how and what we can learn from this journey that has been remarkably successful. So we have invited none but the person who has been behind the movement December 3, Professor T.M.N Deepak Nathanji. Most welcome, sir. And we will definitely discuss about the entire journey. So we are in no hurry. We will be discussing in this entire session about Deepakji's journey, how this journey actually started and what he's doing right now. He's continuously fighting. Second, how the journey of those candidates who stood in the elections that has started. And third, what are the learnings, what are the challenges that has been there, and what we can learn from it, and how we can replicate this into our different parts of our country. So most welcome, and our host of this session today is Arvind Yadav. Arvind is a law graduate and creative producer at IDEA. He's working, he is running a YouTube channel, and he is moderating the sessions. Also, a disability right activist. He is with us, so he will be moderating the sessions. We have Nikhil sir with us. Nikhil sir is a project manager of IDEA. So I would like to request Nikhil sir at first that please, Nikhil sir, please welcome our guest and our host as well as, and just brief us about IDEA, and then we can start the session.
Thank you so much, Minibhai. And it's a pleasure to be part of this very noble cause. And Deepak sir, big congratulations from every member of IDEA team, inclusive Divyangjan Entrepreneur Association. Achieving number of 20% successful candidate is not a small number. In first attempt, under your leadership, under your initiative, you could achieve at least 20% successful candidate in local governance election. So it's a great achievement, great beginning, sir. So from each
number is 8, sir. 8, but definitely it's continuing, so number will be added.
Yeah, so, and so far we have achieved 20% success target.
8, sir.
So, 20%, I'm saying.
Yeah, 20%.
20%. So success really good by any, you can say, psephological analysis of election. This is considered to be a very good success. And big congratulations, Deepak sir, from each one of us. And I know because I was also associated, especially in Rajasthan, for creating, you can say, a representation from marginalized community such as SC and STs in a local election, other than the reserved constituency. So these are not a small thing; these are very big thing. You can understand how much time, energy, strategy of yours has gone, and of yours and your team has gone into entire process. So congratulations, because we believe that even politics require inclusiveness, and if there are representation of different marginalized group, even in politics, because we all know after 73rd and 74th Amendment, women got a reservation in Panchayati Raj election. So that entire discourse of local government changed after that, especially the rural areas. So we hope that the discourse will also change and bring inclusiveness in every policy as far as possible. So it's a great beginning, sir. Congratulations once again from each one of us. And we are keeping our finger crossed, sir. I pray to the God that we could achieve at least say 25 out of 40 type of results, sir. If I'm sure it will happen. Good number we will get this time only. But next time, certainly, sir, all the candidates which will stood due to the performance of our presently elected candidate, next time we will have much more successful efforts, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for participating in this discussion, sir. Thank you. Thanks, Vilbhai.
Thank you. Dear Vinzi, please continue.
Thank you, Vinaya. Thank you, Ravi sir. First of all, welcome, Deepak sir, and thank you so much for giving us your precious time on very short notice. Sir, we like to start with your journey. How you came here. So please tell us about yourself.
Thank you very much for having me here, and it is really an honor to be part of this discussion. And it's not something that I would like to tell you as a formal stuff to start, but it's really heartwarming to have somebody from Delhi recognizing the efforts of the disabled people at the fag end of the south of this country. So thank you very much, and it's indeed a great honor. I am Professor Deepak. I teach social work in Department of Social Work, Loyola College. And I'm a trained epidemiologist and a social worker. And I got trained myself from the King's College Institute of Psychiatry at Maudsley, London. So that's my professional qualification. And beyond that, I do come from a very down south rural village area. I don't come from Chennai. I come somewhere near from Kanyakumari. So that's my hometown. So the journey started all the way from there with all kinds of discrimination and all kinds of acid words, which every disabled person in India averagely comes across. So I'm not new to that, or I'm not surprised to have that, So that's part of my life. So, I mean, this entire journey, my disability activism started soon after I came from the UK, and I was practicing with a neurologist. So then joined an association called the Disabled Federation of Tamil Nadu. I was the state vice president elected in 2008, and I held that position till 2015. So during that, in 2011, to much of a surprise, we got to get a call from one girl named Kavita from a village near Pondicherry. That's the border of Pondicherry and Villupuram district, called the Navamal Kaperi. It's called Navamal Kaperi. The terms could be little Tamil, but fair enough. It was a border hamlet near the village which connects the Pondicherry and Tamil Nadu, and that's where it is. And she was duly squarely rejected for having been a deaf person. That was really a really appalling statement, which I could never thought of. But then we rung up several areas and several officers, including the Viluppuram collector, and everybody was clueless because they weren't have heard about such a disqualification, that too based on disability, which was a blatant discrimination, which I thought, in fact, it was really appalling. Then we really found out there is a clause 37.3 of Tamil Nadu Panchayat Raj Act, which was formulated in 1994, had a clause saying that the people having leprosy, or I shouldn't say the word leprosy, it's called Hansen's disease. Honorable Supreme Court has held that you should only use the word Hansen's disease. So I used that word and that was not the term which was there in the law, in the statute per se, but it was like people with deafness and muteness along with Hansen's disease, they were not supposed to. That was a disqualifying clause which was part of that particular statute. So that was really appalling. So we went and garrowed. We did a big hartal in front of Tamil Nadu State Election Commission, and then the journey started from there. I think I've shared the link also with your good office. That's there in Indian Express. There was a long, big protest. We met the Chief Election Commissioner of Tamil Nadu State Election Commission, where he couldn't do anything because that's a statute. He cannot, after declaration of the after the declaration of this is the protest, it's there on the screen. After the declaration, one cannot go and change the statute, so he couldn't do much. So we also could not do much, but we still had an invite. A host of media were there. We invited the media's attention. We made a huge representation, but things went out. Then we tried even to go to the Supreme Court. In fact, we approached the Madras High Court, and then I came to Delhi also. That time, the former Chief Justice of Madras High Court, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, from Mumbai High Court, had then got elevated to Supreme Court. We presented to him. He gave a direction to the Madras High Court to immediately take up this, and he refused to stay the elections because of this blatant discrimination. We wanted a stay to be, an injunction to be given to the State Election Commission, but to the judges of the Honorable Supreme Court, they could not do much about it, but they gave it a very specific direction to the Madras High Court to immediately look up this. So when the matter came up, after the elections, when the matter came up to the Madras High Court, the then government, under the able leadership of Madam Jayalalitha, they concluded and confided to the court saying that this is actually discriminatory and they are going to amend it in the Tamil Nadu Assembly. So which took a little time. So in 2012, this particular act, the statute, in fact, I must really tell you people, and if you go across the Tamil Nadu, across the country, all the other states have this particular clause. Even now, you go to Kerala State Panchayat Raj Act, you go to Karnataka Panchayat Raj Act, or for that matter, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, this particular clause is still there. People with Hansen's disease and leprosy affected, with deaf muteness, they cannot stand for election. That's a disqualifying clause all over the country. So it's still there. So only in Tamil Nadu, we were able to get rid away in 2012 and in 2018. In 2012, Tamil Nadu Panchayat Raj Act was amended, and the Gazette is also has been shared with you. The Gazette notification is also there. And subsequently in 2000, I think it is 18. Yeah, 2018, Tamil Nadu Municipal Act of 1919 has been amended again. So even in Municipal Act, it was there. We could not actually be part of the election process. It was still a disabling clause, which was always available there. Now even that has been taken away. So from there on, the girl who got disqualified in 2011 stood for the same election in the same ward, in the same place, in her own village, along with her father, because her father is also an leprosy cured person. So both of them have stood in the same village, this time in 2021, after 10 years. So that was the start of our journey, this blatant discrimination. Now, it's not just only that particular incident which made us to, really look upon that, because we all talk about disability rights. Of course, if you have a serious and a severe look into it, it's not just about disability rights. A closer look into the politics of it. Understanding that something is a right is different from understanding why the rights are not becoming a reality. There are lots of politics involved in it. We are not away from the politics. When we talk rights, there are people to defend it. There are people to oppose it. And of course, you have more people to oppose that. But when we talk about the disability politics, I mean, that gives a different connotation. But the real fact of the matter is, beyond disability rights, there are politics. Giving a right in a charity mode does not become a right at all. A right must be given in a rightful mode, a legal mode, a rightful mode. Giving it as a charity doesn't really become right at all. I was of the opinion that the rule of law is there in this country. But then the practical experience of running an association and running an advocacy campaign has really proved to me that beyond rights, beyond law, this politics, which is much more powerful than the law. That is something which I have understood from the experience of experiential understanding. So then what we decided is we wanted to have a conclave. We thought we people with disabilities are in different portions of the country, different parts of the society. All of us are asking the government. We are in the position to seek help. We are in a position to seek right. We are in the position only in a seeking position, but we are not in a position where we can grant things. So ultimately, the empowerment lies in promoting the disabled people from the seeking position to a granting position. So that is where I thought our major crux of work is there. So we then started to speak about it. We then, in 2018, having undergone a lot of experiential understanding, the courage of conviction to migrate from rights to politics was not a single day event. It's a whole bunch of events which has led to that. Even within the family, the violence is there within the family for people with disabilities, right? So the majority and minority. People with disabilities are the global minority. Look at the way the non-disabled people. I mean, if you look at even the chief commissioner, chief commissioner for persons with disabilities, the law says you should have 3 commissioners, 1 chief commissioner and 2 additional commissioners, among which 1 commissioner must be a person with disabilities. The statute in itself is discriminatory. I mean, I'm not getting into the merit of it, but we don't even have the 2 other commissioners. And among that, even a disabled person has never become a commissioner there, which is not okay. Which is not okay. Now, why are these there? Why did a chief commissioner with disabilities could be the way forward? So those are things we wanted to look at that. So we wanted to have a say in politics. Politics is all about bringing a consensus or elaborating our request and the needs. That's what we call about politics, right? I'm not getting into the political theory or a political science class, but that is what is required. Now, imagine practically, if at all you want to become part of the politics, you will have to either join the political framework, political parties, number 1. Number 2, you have a local elections, right? There are 3-tier governance that we talk about. One is at the central level, then the state level, and the local government. Local government is something, I mean, from the experience, who can become part of large politics, large political party? Because money makes everything. You know what Tamil Nadu is famous about, or for that matter, the whole country is famous about. It's about doling money during elections. So those of the disabled people who are well off or who have a social reserve, who have a social capacity, might be part of large political parties and probably make their way through. But it is not going to help the last person in the last row of the community who is a person with disability at the village level. That's very important, right? People with social reserve are called the first persons with disability. Now we are concerned about this last persons with disability. So we wanted that to happen, right? Equality has never been in this country. Look at the very famous sayings of Martin Luther King Jr. You know, the founders of our democracy, of our constitution, gave a promissory note of equality. Today we have come to the capital to encash and the check has bounced. That is a very famous quote of Martin Luther King, who gave a wonderful talk on "I have a dream." I mean, if that quote is not only for America, it's very much true in this country also. So in this unequal society, we wanted to always stay with the last person with disability. For them to get empowered, it is best, it is good, it is wonderful, it is powerful, it is not efficient, it is effective to be part of local government. So we shifted our plea, our demand to not ask for representation in MPs and MLAs, which we can ask at a later stage. I mean, please, I'm trying to bring the understanding to you all people that 1995 Act and the 2016 Act are not because some MP who got really very heartful burning, and it's a sensitive matter, he spoke in the parliament, therefore it came. Look at the preamble of those two laws. Those two laws talk about, we signed a Vivaco Millennium Framework, we signed UNCRPD in United Nations, therefore we bring the law, right? So it is a top to bottom approach, not a bottom to top approach. That is why the real implementation has got a long amount of gap. So we thought, let us ask that in MLA and MP at a later stage, but let us empower the social engineering at the grassroots level. And that is why we wanted to conduct India's first political conference in 2018. India's first, not social conference. It was a political conference. We made Mr. Dr. Veeramani, who was the head of Dravidar Kadagam. It's a political party, which was by E.V. Ramasamy Periyar. You must have heard about Mr. Thandai Periyar, who was a social justice, who was somebody who talked about social justice. He comes from that party. We invited Madam Kanimozhi. She also gracefully came. Madam Kanimozhi, the MLAs, the MPs, they all came across to that particular political conference, and we brought out something called a Chennai Declaration. This is where the gentleman in the black shirt and dhoti is Mr. Veeramani, who is in par, who worked with Thandai Periyar, who worked with Mr. Karunanidhi ji, and then the others are very famous and prominent leaders of Tamil Nadu. Kanimozhi madam is there. So we came out with Chennai Declaration, and that Chennai Declaration is what everybody is holding up. And from the left, the first is Rangarajan Kumaramangalam, who's very close friend of Rahul Gandhi ji, and so that's how we brought it across. So then we decided to field disabled people. We were waiting. We urged. In fact, the urge is something that the Tamil Nadu government, this is the declaration, my dear friends. And among that, you can look at the last final point, which talks about we want 5% reservation. We want 5% reservation. Yes, the last point. As first step, we urge state and central governments to provide 5% reservation, including special internal reservation in Panchayat Raj institution, to make suitable amendments in the Tamil Nadu Panchayat Raj Act 1994. So we wanted 5% reservation for disabled people in the Panchayat level by amending Tamil Nadu Panchayat Raj Act and Tamil Nadu Municipal Act. So we were very clear that we only wanted reservation in the local Panchayat systems. Right. So thereon we waited. We took a political stand in the assembly elections also. First time we took a political stand, not a social stand. We took a political stand, and then on, when the elections were announced, we didn't get any kind of call from the political parties. Then we thought, why should we only we should work or probably move towards the political party? Why not we try our own strength? That is where we had our discussion. We fielded 40 people. It's at 43 people. And today, and as of now, we have got information saying that 8 people with disabilities are 1 in the ward and 1 is union councillor. So I think as a DPO, as a disabled people's organization and a CBO, I think this is a start. This is a start of our political journey. We must not start and speak only limit ourselves with disability rights. We must start speaking disability politics. And that is where I think that's the journey.
Great. And I think you very well and with that passion, you have described everything, summarized a lot. So actually, I have a lot my questions, Arvindji, but as we are live, so you are getting the congratulations from different parts of India. Please accept that. I think congratulations are coming from right from the Jammu Kashmir to Delhi, from UP, MP. People are actually there are a lot of people on the Facebook. They are congratulating. So congratulations from them. And some questions are they are putting on the Facebook. So
Yes.
it's my first duty is to take their questions first. Then I will definitely put my questions.
Please.
So when you were discussing about your journey, so because like I will take the first questions on them as well. So they are saying that becoming an professor in the university, like taking a job for a person with disability is like a different label and another challenge. So a person with disability in the workforce in India and in the world as well, like what do you think the scenario is like being in the workforce, and like what is the scenario and how was your journey to becoming and like including into that particular environment and continuing your journey as a professor? So like 2-3 questions I have merged together so that you can combine.
I mean, see, that's something which is very close to my heart. I love being with students, and that I think it is a boon. I mean, when you have fresh minds always in front of you, and I also carry a lot of experience in the field. I teach social work, right? So being with students, we teach what we have got in the field, right? The theory and the field work makes an excellent combination. So I think I love my professor. I mean, what makes me stress free is something when I'm able to be with my students. I think that's one of the best jobs one activist could find, to be on the job and also on the field. I think that's an excellent decision. I would pat on myself being a professor and being on a DPO. I think that's something remarkable, sir. You can enjoy. You can teach 2-3 hours and the remaining time is yours. I'm not working for a government office or an office where I'll have to be there by 9 o'clock until 5 o'clock. No. The college where I work is Loyola College, one of the prime and super colleges of this country, ranked number 3. They give me all freedoms. My car goes inside the college everywhere. So that's absolute freedom that I enjoy. And the professors and the principals are always there on me. They give me extraordinary encouragement. So 3 hours or 2 hours of class, then I always have my time to work for the disabled people over the phone. Now the phone has come. Technology has really taken over. WhatsApp is there. All my district level officers are there in WhatsApp. Immediate communication. We have got our December 3 movement in 22 districts of Tamil Nadu. Please understand the length and breadth of Tamil Nadu. We have 22 districts. And our experience in the disability field has now made us close to government offices. In case if there is any violation, even in Satankulam case, where a person was killed, was beaten to death by police officers. Prior to that, a disabled person was also beaten up by police, it seems. We were the ones who took up the case to the Tamil Nadu State Disability Commission, and the commission gave a notice, right? So immediately to the SPs, to the IGs, to the DIGs, to the DGPs, we are able to make a political voice. Well, my dear friends, please understand, when I talk disability politics, it will be short if I do not tell you that disabled people will have to speak the other people's politics also. When it comes to other issues of the disabled or non-disabled people, the mainstream problems, we are part of the mainstream problems. We are part of the all-party meetings we are called. In fact, I could not share you that. The first time a DPO, Disabled People's Organization, called for an all-party meeting conducted by Dravidar Kazhagam, DK, was us. So we are part of it. We are part of their agitations also, their dharnas, their programs. So they know us. And we tell MLAs to talk about these things in the assembly. So even in case, without we taking part in the mainstream problems, we cannot expect the mainstream parties to be part of our problems also. So that is how I take my leverage. So job, I enjoy it. It's teaching. What you're going to talk. It's experience and theory. That to social work, prime college, 2 hours of teaching, 3 days of teaching, 2 days of field work, complete field work. So I get a lot of time to be part of the DPO and take up the issues of the DPO people. So I didn't have any problems, sir. The journey is.
I think, and Definitely, I should, and we all should kudos to your college and the environment they have. Such an inclusive environment and something that should be something ideal because the situation of other colleges and other universities, and not only the college and university, the workforce in India, not in India, in the world, should be something like this,
Yes.
much inclusive. Few more questions I need to be combined
Yes,
because
yes,
there are
please.
a lot of questions. So something about how you like, is there any incident, is there any case or something that how you start thinking, like being a professor, being an educationist, an academician, thinking about that political representation is going to be something solution. And what was the incident? What was the thought behind it that okay, we will go and participate in the because there are a lot of organizations, a lot of people, community are working and they are fighting for their rights and everything.
Okay.
But this is something that should be remarkable because we all are in democracy. But what was the incident, any case, or what was the thought behind moving into the like political representations per se, thinking about the challenges and everything? Because like working as a social sector or as an NGO on the different rights and different services, quite easy. But working as a like taking the right and fighting the elections and going to win them, this is something have like tough challenges. So people are asking that how you thought and how you started. What are the incidents such as happened?
Sir, let's understand the fabric of politics in its own nature. See, we call ourselves as social workers. We work in the society. Now, politicians also call themselves as social workers and they get into politics, right? Now, what is the difference between social work and the politics? Social workers be part of the social engagement and they remain there. They get fixation there. But politicians who talk about social work, who try to do some social work, but at the same time, they are at the helm of affairs, they enjoy power. That is the difference. No, when we see in India, you have politics, right? In everything we have politics. Look at your eating habit, your taxation, right? Whatever it is, there is politics behind it. We are not trained to understand the invisible politics of that, right? Number one. When we go for fight, when we do hartal, when we do protest, without any political capacity, when I did a couple of protests, the bureaucracy is very well paid. So for instance, sir, I'll tell you one incident where disabled people's compartment, coaches in railways, is always encroached. So we did two very massive protests, right? Despite the fact I knew law. When I studied the Indian Railway Act, I came to know that the general manager of Southern Railway, or for that matter, any zonal railway, is the person who is completely given an authority to run, and the man supervision, direction, and control of railways, vests with the general manager, right? When we went and did a ROCO, Hartal inside general manager's office for the first time in the history of Southern Railway. See, they are trained IAS officers. The bureaucrats are trained to negotiate with you. At the ultimate, even though you give a tough task, they somehow try to convince you, sir. Let me tell you, I never knew that the security commissioner is only till that particular division. In 2013, when we did this protest, they gave me a letter saying that a letter has gone to all the police stations and railway police, and they will see to that there is no encroachment in the railway police, railway compartments. Believing that, I took it and withdrew the protest. Then the matter did not get solved. In another 3 months, I had to do that protest again. But this time I could know that. Then I had spoken to some of these MPs while we were sitting in Dharna in the general manager's office. We made the MP from Chennai, Mr. Kalingar's daughter Kanimori, to go and speak to the the Minister of Railways, Mr. Sadananda Gowda by that time. Sadananda Gowda. So when the general manager did not listen to our plea, when the Minister of Railways in Delhi could speak to the general manager, my appointment was very speed and fast. The next day he called us. We had a discussion. He gave a letter to entire divisions in Southern Railway not to allow non-disabled people inside. disability compartment. That was an incident that I took it as an understanding. So when you are protesting as just DPO, you will have to, the struggle is there, the struggle is real. But at the same time, we should also use the political power, because politics determines power. See, being away from the power and being near to the power is not the same. Being near to the power and being part of the power is not the same. Being part of the power and being central to the power is not the same. Being central to the power and being the power ourselves is not the same. So we should understand the clear demarcations in the political scenario and the political fabric, where the bureaucracy, sometimes bureaucracy is powerful, sometimes the executive is powerful, sometimes the judiciary is powerful. Look at the Chief Justice observation. He has very categorically told, we are here giving orders, but nothing is getting implemented. If a Chief Justice of India laments like that, we should seriously understand that just by protesting and advocating and coming to the roads will not yield result. We will have to slowly start becoming part of the politics, right? Let us speak of our rights. A law in the book and the law in practice is not the same. The statute, if at all it has to come to reality, one will have to talk about it. Talking about it is politics. Understanding the law which is there in the statute is rightful understanding. So understanding rights alone will not help us. Now we will have to understand and talk about that right. That is politics. Let's understand that. So I think that is my answer to you.
Great. I think Arvindji, over to you.
Thank you.
I will just only interrupt while the questions from the live will be something there. Please continue, Arvindji.
Okay, so Deepak, my question is that how you approach, how person with disability approach the larger public as a campaign. Please don't mind me. In India, we don't have infrastructure for person with disability. So how you candidate did the campaign door to door?
Okay. No, I mean, that is where December 3 movement is a, yes, sir. Door-to-door campaign. Okay. See, December 3 movement is a confluence of local level associations. It's like we have our own local associations in every district, right? So those people hail from their villages, right? They are not only in the urban areas. So they know their villages. So the door-to-door campaign was not just carried out only by the state leaders like me and the General Secretary and others. It was carried out by the other types of people at the grassroots level, right? Every village at least has 30 disabled people. Now they took it across. We create leaders. We do not create volunteers, right? Our leaders' role is to create leaders. So we have created leaders at different level. We have conducted the political sensations of different sorts in our December 3 movement, for some at the state level, district level, and the taluk level, right? So they were the ones who were able to campaign. When we had this political conference, we brought easily about some 1,500 people to Chennai. 1,500 disabled people, just in 10 days, we are able to bring it across. So by that time, we were only in 11 districts. Now, after the pandemic, I think we will be able to have a conference with some 3,000, 4,000 people easily at one go in Chennai, sir. That I can very easily tell you. So it's a sustained work. It's not centralized work. It's decentralized work, which will make us easy to have a campaign. I think we must have our tentacles. So creating systems is very important. You should be able to have, like supply chain management. I think we need to have leaders at different levels. Now, without politicalization of the leaders, politicization. Please understand, it's not, I'm clearly using this word, politicization. Politicization will have to happen. Now, if you only start campaigning on doles, on charity, people will not sustain. The moment they need to understand why this is very important. There's a very famous quote from one of the bishops in Italy. He says, when I gave food to somebody who is starving, people praised me. When I questioned why is somebody starving, people all started to fight against me. So that is how it is. We will have to politicize. They need to know the need of themselves. If they come to know about their need, their requirement, there is a common platform. There's something called a community organization, which talks about in social work. It's a systematic community organization that can help us. We all have a shared value. Arvind Yadavji and myself, we have a shared value. We all are interested to uplift the disabled people. That's the shared, platform. Arvind sir is equally, the same intention is there in you. I could see in your eyes. You want to do that something. I too want to do something. It's just a cross reference. We will understand the good practices of yourself, and you are trying to understand the good practices of ourselves. So that's very clear, sir.
Definitely.
Any other questions, sir?
Definitely.
Great, sir. Just adding to this, because the two questions are related to this. That's why I'm taking from the social media. One is that how you convince the person with disabilities, or it was from either side. Or second is how people are taking them as a representative. So like two questions are there. One person is asking how people were taking them initially when they were poses them as a candidate, and how people are taking right now them as a leader. So these two combined questions, how you convince or they convince you, that can also happen, and how people are like reacting in a state.
Neither I get convinced nor they do get convinced. It is already there. I was just somebody, they were unable to articulate that. I am able to articulate it. That's the difference. The education helped me. The emotions are there, which is underlined. Okay, they have undergone discrimination in the hands of bureaucrats time and again. From the bus conductor to the railway station to any government office, they've undergone that starvation of power. Please understand, it starts within the family, right? The abled is having power, the disabled is not having the power. That's the power equation, right? So that starvation is already there in them. They want to come over that and overcome it and feel equal. So the articulation brought out that fire. I did not invite or ignite. It's already there. It's a combination of that work. It's a combination. I would say politicization is important because politicization talks about the shared feelings, right? What next? We all took a decision together. We are talking about the social engineering, Vinay sir. We are very mindful that once we are able to ignite the minds at the ground level, it will not stop there. It will have a rippling effect. It will reach the political parties. The political parties, please understand, out of these 8 people, after we declared a candidate in Kallakurichi, DMK party came and supported that disabled person. They gave their symbol and he has won. It is not that we went and asked for seat. They came and supported the disabled people. So that is where we are supposed to. We need to, mainstream political parties. One candidate has got 954 votes. He was devoid. He was having less of 438 votes when compared to DMK, but he has completed as second runner. 954 votes without spending money, that too by a disabled people's organization. I think it is a remarkable thing. The local politicians will now be very mindful that they cannot take disabled people for granted. We are a political voice now.
Yes, sir. Sir, we want to know more about this candidate. How you inspire them to stand in the election? How you motivate them to stand in the election?
Answer, second question, just adding to that. from the social media is like people are asking that we want to little bit know more about the candidates. That's in starting you shared that story of that girl who waited for 10 years, and like, so if you can just share the few more stories, like how are they, the few of the candidates.
Sure. There are 43 candidates, and out of that we had spinal cord injured person. We had we have people with growth impairment, people with poliomyelitis, and they are all from different parts of the state. There are women with disabilities candidates. There are people who are crawling. One young lady called Pachevali, she doesn't even have a home at her village. It's completely ruptured. Yet she's on a tricycle. So she went a campaign on herself. There's a hard of hearing person. It's a cross disability initiative that we encountered, sir. So I think there are lots of, there are women with disabilities. More than 12 candidates were women with disabilities in the field. In fact, we were encouraging women with disabilities to as our ambassadors. We did not project the men with disabilities as our ambassadors. We projected women with disabilities. So I know they went door to door in their own village. Some people had father and the son. In another village, the girl who was the lady who was won for the union councillor, she is right arm disabled. Her son is intellectually disabled. Her husband is again physically challenged. Okay, so the entire family. The wife has won the union councillor. That's highest, next to the panchayat president. It is next level, right? Now Kavita is deaf. Her father is Hansen's disease cured person. So there are lots of disabled people. Some parent of an intellectually impaired child. And one lady has got 634 votes in Tenkasi district, which is near to Kanyakumari. And she has not given even a single paise. She has just stood. She had distributed pamphlets. She has got 634 votes. And she has completed in second. She's a runner-up in that particular ward. Right? She was just devoid of 50 votes. Next time we will get it. This is the first debut in election politics. We are not trained, seasoned politicians. We are just a disabled people's organization. I think 20%, like Nikhil Verma ji, he nailed it. It's first time. We are very maiden approach, maiden association. I think I might go in another 10 years time or 5 years time, after giving a lot of political training. I'm trying to have a political school to teach what is left politics, what is right politics, what is center politics, right? What is capitalism, what is political economy. So I think we will teach these disabled people about the politics. What is Dalit politics? What is corporate politics? What is electoral politics? What is movement politics? See, politics is not one single politics, yeah. There are so many types of politics. So we must be mindful of it. Protest is a politics. Before, at least in our state, before the political parties fix agendas and then go, right? Their agendas. Now today, movements fix ideas and agendas. Political parties follow the movement. So that is the evolution which has happened, at least in our part of the state. Political parties are dictated, are directed, are instructed by movements. Right? Not only disability movement, generally movements in Tamil Nadu, right? So we will teach all these politics to our people. Then I might convey, if at all we are convinced, after a deliberation, we might change December 3 movement to a registered political party. Who knows about it? Right? I'm not aware about it. I cannot tell anything preempt, but it might also happen. It's there with the people. We might go for alliance with some major parties. We might ask seat sharing. All that is there in the card, sir, which will definitely happen.
Yes, sir.
I might fail. We might fail, or I might fail, but our efforts are true. Let's see.
Yes, sir. In politics, everything is possible.
Yes. All is fair in love and war. All
And
is
yes,
politics.
so my question is that now you have won the election. So what is your next target?
Next,
What next goal?
no, I'm very clear in our target. Our target is to start a political school. I'm very clear, making our cadres to become fully equipped about the political philosophies, political principles. They must know what is a state, what is a law, what is democracy, what is republic, what is sovereignty. Many of us don't know about it. The word real meaning of sovereignty, we do not know. We do not know what is state, what is subjects, what is citizenship, we do not know about it. Right? We do. See, we only talk about legal capacity, reasonable accommodation. Do we talk about citizenship, sovereignty? We don't talk about it. We don't talk about the other issues which are really pressing us. Look at social justice. If everything is privatized, do you think that we are going to have private reservations in jobs, which is a very huge problem which is confronting us? I mean, we should start talking about it. So those are issues. We will talk about issues along with that political philosophy. I mean, that capacity to articulate, people who are able to articulate. There's one saying, there's one quote from Tirukkural. In fact, Mr. Modi also talks about Tirukkural. Solvallan, Sorvillan, Anja, avane igal vellal yarkum aridu. The one who is able to articulate, one who is not lazy, one who is brave, to anybody to beat that combination is extremely rare. That is what Saint Poet Thiruvalluvar makes a very categorical statement. I think I want to make our friends daring, not lazy, who are very always busy, who keeps themselves in daytime compartment, and also able to articulate. That will make a big difference. I think Baba Sahib Ambedkar very categorically told again, we slaughter only goats, not lions. We do not want herds. We only want lions. Single lion makes a big difference. So that is our. So my next target is to politicize, articulate my cadres, not aim for MLA. No, I don't want MLA, MLC, all that. Now that's all very fancy. No, I am not into that. We want more representation in local elections, 5% reservation. Probably we'll start articulating about it. We'll make media advocacy. We'll try to make that come a reality. Some kind of bargaining, collective bargaining with the government to get 5% reservations in Tamil Nadu Panchayat Raj Act. That's my target.
Great, sir. And sir.
Arvind bhai, actually, I'm so sorry I'm interrupting just because taking the questions of people who are watching us. Please, Arvind ji, aap continue kariye.
My personal question.
Yes, sir.
This is my personal question.
Yes.
When you are coming to Delhi, when you are planning to come into Delhi?
New Delhi. When I get a chance to come, I'll certainly come. Let's see, sir.
No, sir.
When I bring my students, I came in 2017. I brought my students of Loyola College for study tour under me, under my chairmanship. So next time, if I get a chance to bring my students of social work, I'll certainly come to Delhi and meet you all, sir.
Okay,
definitely. And sir, again, a lot of congratulations coming from the different parts of the country. So we are also glad. Let's few questions.
Yes, sir.
One is question that if like some people are also working in different parts of India, also like trying to be like few are still fighting for the access for the vote, accessibility for the vote. At least the ramps and wheelchairs should be at the voting. At least voting rights should be there. Few of them are still fighting with the like the parties to convincing them at least that you should consider us. And so, few of them are like they have started their own. So how like people are asking that how we can reach out and how we can collaborate and how we can learn from your this success. So if you can just briefly, like the question 4 or 5 questions are there, but we can just put a spotlight that how can we replicate, how can this can be replicated into different parts of our country. And as per se, as you are saying that you are an academician, but definitely as a person who is supporting and like freely moving around the country and going and there, so how you can support them and what are they can learn from this, and how we definitely can replicate in different states as well, so the number should grow mutually.
No, I think we must start having think tanks in our own place, sir. I think emotionally reacting to these problems will not really work. See, look at the RPWD Act. The RPWD Act of 2016 wants only disabled people to come and have an accessible election, right? Yes, accessible elections are important. They want our votes, but they do not want to give us representation. What kind of a diplomacy is that, right? So I mean, that is where we need to keenly understand that we will have to move from the rights to politics, which I have very clearly told. So we need to have a think tank who can read in between lines, why the right is not coming into a reality. So we must start groups which will, I mean, social media is an excellent area where we can work on, sir. We must really talk about this more and more and more, right? Then we must catch hold of, see, there are two things. It is the mass movements which are really powerful to make changes. Mass movements are not supported in the cities. Mass movements are supported vigorously by the rural village people, right? People with disabilities coming from villages. When anybody at the urban area is always interested in next job, next thing and go off, right? But the rural village people, the lower masses, are the real potential people for change, right? We must create and we must join hands with the rural people, go to the people, be with the people, understand what they have, build with what they have, right? So that is how our work must be. The first point that I would ask you people is to create small groups in districts where they will start in turn having people with like-mindedness and politicized group in rural areas. Even if it is 5 people, start doing it. If that 5 can make a big change, right? Media is one of our excellent supporters, the young media people, advocacy. That is how I am able to do that. You are able to project the issues at various levels now and then in media, makes a big impression, right? Then we will be able to make a dent in the minds of rural area disabled people, right? Seeing is believing. Please understand the strategy. Seeing is believing. When you are articulative, when you are able to do a media advocacy, when people see you in WhatsApp, in media, they have it creates a positive energy. Then people can come together. It's not a one-day job, sir. It's not one-day job. Then we'll so slowly make it a big group. Then we will ask them to be part of elections. Then they will have to work in their own constituency. They will have to do some developmental works. Then it is possible, sir. That is how it can be replicated. It cannot be replicated. Armchair activism, Facebook activism will never work. I'm very categorical. Facebook activism will never work. Armchair activism will never work. We will have to go to the people. Sitting in Chennai will never help us. Every weekend, I am at the district. Monday to Chennai, I am in Monday to Friday in college. Friday, Saturday, Sunday in down south, in some of the districts. Go have a flag hoisting, make a talk, speak to people at the lower level, make the issues, let's talk issues, let's fight, hartal, protest. That's a collective work, right? When we are sitting for protest, we cannot simply sit chup chap. Let's speak to people. What's happening globally? What happened in Venezuela? What is the development in science? Let's talk that. Let's talk social justice. Let's talk minority issues. That's how things can happen.
Sir, after knowing you, after talking to you, a few people are asking how they can connect with you?
They can connect with me in Facebook, sir. Twitter, Facebook. I'm always up. Deepak Nathan is my Twitter. Deepak Nathan is my Twitter, sir. My Facebook is also Deepak Nathan, right? Deepak.Nathan is my Instagram. So I think social media is a great one. Then President.D3M, December 3 movement, right? D3M. Nobody asked me why I am December 3 movement. My association is called December 3 movement. When all of the other associations call Uttar Pradesh Viklang or Bihar Viklang, Tamil Nadu Viklang, no, we have kept as December 3 movement. The name itself is majestic, December 3 movement. Okay, it's like very terrific and majestic.
There
Right?
are
That's
few
the approach.
questions.
So they can connect me in president.d3m@gmail.com. President.d3m@gmail.com. And my mobile number is 9840646953. I'm repeating 9840646953.
Definitely.
Okay.
And whosoever is watching us live, we have also mentioned Deepak sir on our post, and we will definitely put him in the comment box, his profile, so that you can easily get connected. Sir, going ahead, and actually we are in the closer of the session.
Yes.
Just actually very few questions, but actually I put them in. I kept them for the last. So this December 3. So yes, obviously you have just explained what is December 3. We have also seen the December 3 document as well. But yes, what was the thought behind to keep it December 3, just to emphasizing or like making the people remember again and again? Is there any specific thought?
Right. See, when we talk about charity, right, we are all doomed in charity, be it in any religion that has come out and has made us as passive receivers of charity, right? The moment you say disability, that parallelly leads to charity thought in their mind, right? So we wanted to make a shift. Okay, when we say International Disability Day, we all want to celebrate. It is not a day to celebrate, yeah. It is a day to sit, reflect, understand what we have done and what is lacking and what is way forward. That is why the International Disability Day is kept. So nobody was taking that as very serious. So when we wanted to keep on, I mean, look at the tag. When I went to South Korea, there is this Incheon Declaration in 2012. They made a declaration called the Incheon Declaration. The tagline is very, very superb. Make the right real. Right? I have throughout seen this right has not become real. That is why the whole issues of participation, politics, all that. So we wanted to keep that as December 3 movement tagline, make the right real. So December 3, they will certainly come. People come and ask me, what is December 3 movement? Means what? What is that? We say it is International Disability Day, Rights Day. I don't say International Disability Day, International Disability Rights Day, right? So we wanted then to create an opportunity to people to ask us what is that, right? Now today even you have asked that, so I am successful in that, right? Yes.
Right, sir. So actually we have few more questions, but the time doesn't allow. But yes, I will ask the last, combining the all questions.
Second last is mine.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I will ask in the last.
Okay. You can ask in the last. So let me just summarize 2-3 questions again and again. So again, a lot of congratulations from different parts of India. Then people are saying, like, one question is what do you think about the thing calling PwD as Divyangjan or different words? Combining the question another that a person have is, do you think that this type of representation would enhance the inclusion, or would enhance the would say that the representation of PwD? And the next question, let me just include into it that what do you think about the RPWD Act until like where this has been reached?
Oh my God, you have
And
got
what are the more things to achieve into it?
Okay.
I've
Now,
combined all of
the
these.
first question that you wanted to ask is about how the terminologies. See, I don't mind too much about terminology, sir. So there are always different schools of thought. I latest read Lisa Score's book on disability mainstreamed or sidelined. That's an interesting book by Lisa Score. She talks about the American way of representation where personhood comes first, right? Then the second one is called disabled or disability one, and then making it as a labeling, right? Now practically both of it has its own merits and demerits. Let's not get into the terminologies. I might not accept in Divyangjan, Harijan, all that, okay, but anything must have come from the disabled people. Now when I become somebody powerful, then I can call somebody as something, right? I can rename, rediscover a name for a sector without being a part of the sector is not acceptable. That is not a correct politics, whoever it may be, sir. Even if it is Prime Minister of India, he must have a consultation from the disability sector, right? Then the majority must be taken. See, that is where we come again to the politics. See, these kind of matters, we will have to have a referendum. Let's understand. Brexit had a big referendum in Britain. Brexit, right? Those kind of referendums are important. We'll only conduct elections and we will not conduct referendums. At least online referendums must have been conducted. A novel way should be invented. Just like that, I feel from the heart, I feel a new name should be given, and therefore that will be your name. That will be the sector's name. Is an incorrect way of policy making that cannot be accepted, right? There are different schools of thought. Terminology is not important, sir, but actual work is important. Number second, RPWD Act. RPWD Act, a closer look into RPWD Act is full of half-baked statutes, which will give a lot of rise. As we go down, you can mark my words, as we go down, it will lead to a lot of plaintiffs, aggrieved people going to the court, right? It's going to lead to a lot of suits in court. You take it from me. There are lots of lacuna in it. It's not a full version of UNCRPD. Anyway, whatever is there, let's be happy, right? Universal design, it's all kind of let's okay. The third point, inclusion of disabled people in politics will have a say in the rights of disabled people to become a reality, sir. It will have its own effect. That is what I understand. Just talking rights will not lead us to anywhere. Talking disability politics, okay? We should ask Prime Minister, we are also people of this country. When you give a talk, right, you have a sign language. Why is that not there? Why is that not there? That is part of social justice. We must be able to speak to the Chief Minister. All your, in international sense, every time a public person talks in the TV or a live video show, there must be sign language interpretation, right? So we are not talking about it, right? How much courts are disabled friendly? How many Bollywood movies are disabled friendly? So these are questions because we are unnoticed. There is one famous saying, out of sight is out of mind. We are out of sight. We should show our presence in the parliament, in the political circles, in the policy making circles. Then we will not be out of sight. We will be within their sight. Within sight will make changes. That is where we want political inclusion.
Very good, sir.
So, Arvindji, if you can allow, we have Karen with us, so she also can ask.
Yeah, sure.
Conclude with it. Hi, Karen. Yeah.
Hi, Vinay. Hello, sir.
Yes.
So my question to you is that, so what will you say to the general public, sir, as in terms of sensitizing the political participation of persons with disabilities and inclusion per se?
Inclusion is part of social justice. When we talk about social justice, look at this word social justice and empowerment. Social justice is not a justice only against caste oppression. It is also a justice of all types of justice against all types of oppressions, which includes gender, which includes disability, which includes child oppression, which includes all sexual oppression, sexual minority. So the word social justice cannot be shrunk or cannot be limited only to the caste oppressions. So modern day social justice also talks about people with disabilities. The mainstream should see inclusion as way of life, not as an exclusive attention for an inclusive way of life. No, that is not the way. When they plan a program, more civilized, if you have to call yourself as more a civilized society, I think inclusion should be starting from their own family, right? I will do a big shadi, big marriage in a big place where the stage is not disabled friendly. No matter what you talk about, sir, the inclusion starts from family, elders, senior citizens. Disability is not a model. Disability is a continuum. Disability is a continuum. If I don't know Telugu, if I cross Arakonam, despite the fact that I'm able to make noises, I will not be heard properly. I will not be understood properly because I do not know Telugu. There I become disability, right? The disability is a continuum, right? Disability is not fixed. So let us understand disability is a part of human experience. Disability is not deficit. Disability is part of diversity. That is what I would like to tell the people. But it is something that it takes time for them to have a behavioral change. For that, we need a larger amount of advocacy still.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kenan. And my last question is, sir, what is your dream? What is your dream for India? And your dream for a person with disabilities? What is your dream?
The day we are able to get inside the well of the house for a disability discrimination in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha and make a huge cry, that is the dream of mine. If somebody could go with a pepper spray for the split of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, if some disabled person is discriminated, when a disabled person is his human right is violated, and if there is some law, a statute which will really be detrimental to the rights of the disabled people, then the disabled person inside the Lok Sabha and or Rajya Sabha must be able to go to the well of the house and invite the attention. Inviting attention on the road and inviting attention inside Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, Vidhan Sabha, or with a council, legislative council is more important. For that, the starting is panchayat. So I have a dream there. Let's see how it goes about. At least during my lifetime, if I could see that happening, we'll be glad. But I don't have any other dreams, sir. Rest is always be with my students. Enjoy college life.
All the best, sir.
And Vinay.
All the best, sir.
Two of the students are here who are in the college. So, but very well articulated, sir, and amazing. I think we also are inspired, and a lot of people from different parts of India have witnessed and have heard you. Thank you so much, sir, for taking the time out. I think the conversation would go as long as it would be, because like questions are coming, comments are coming on the Facebook, and people are congratulating you. People are saying that, agreeing with you actually. And thank you so much, sir. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to all those candidates who stood in this election, all 43.
Thank you.
Because for us, they are the winners.
Yes.
They have stood in the election. They have the spirit and the passion to fight the election. I think the journey has started from there.
Yes, sir.
Else is the result only. Loser or if you're lost or winner, but you never lost actually. You have at least reached out to the people and you have convinced them, or have you ran your campaign. So thank you so much, and definitely we we believe, and I personally believe that this victory or this initiative would definitely emerge from the state of Tamil Nadu, and will definitely other states of other parts of our India will definitely take it as a case study, take it as an inspiration, and they will applicate it. And definitely, as you have said clearly, your dream is to seeing the India where nobody's right will be ignored, and the PwD will be living as a person who should feel not only sad but feel that I am included into everything. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out, and all the congratulations to you. And still, as you are saying, the number is in the counting. So we also wish you that definitely the number will increase. So thanks a lot and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you once
Thanks a lot.
again, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you very much. Bye bye. See you next time.